It's the world of Shelburne Falls with some Devil's Night vibes and a little bit of Noah Vanderberg sprinkled throughout. And it's a recipe for the perfect book. Hey guys, what's up? It's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to review this bad boy. This was like my #1 anticipated read for 2022. Penelope Douglas is my favorite author, so let's just get into it. Alright, so Falls Boys is the first book in Penelope's new series, the Hellbent series. This is a spin-off series of Penelope's first series ever, the Fallaway series. Do you think I've said the word series too much? Alright, so the Hellbent series is going to be the next generation. So the Fallaway series is going to cover their parents. Hellbent is the next, Okay, so starting us off, the world of Shelburne Falls has gotten a hell of a lot bigger since the Fallaway series. Jared Trent, Maddox Carruthers, and Jax Trent, they have pretty much turned their town around, and it's got very rich, wealthy vibes. A lot like the Devil's Night series, where, you know, the parents have, like, turned the town into this thing, and the kids are kind of untouchable because of it. So the first kid that the series is going to cover is Hawk Trent. He is the son of Jax and Juliet. Jax and Juliet's book was Falling Away, which is the third in the Fallaway series, and theirs was my favorite book. Theirs was my favorite story. They both had this whole complex, like, broken home thing, and I loved it. I was obsessed. I won't talk too much about that book, but yes, their son Hawk is who this book is about. And Hawk he's described as a good boy. He got good grades. He was class president. He played on the football team. When the book starts, it is August. He is getting ready to go off to college. And one night he meets Aro. I said Aro, so I hope I pronounced that right. So the book starts off in Aro's point of view, and she is from like the opposite side of town, or like the next town over, which is very close. You know, they're known as the rundown school, the gangs, all of that. Like, they do not fit in with Shelburne Falls. Shelburne Falls doesn't like them coming over and everything. And Aro, she is part of a gang, and so she goes and she collects rents from people. And so one night she is out collecting, and she is owed money from Dylan Trent, the daughter of Tate and Jared. And Dylan doesn't have the money for her, so Aro basically tries to beat the ever-living shit out of her. And all of a sudden, Hawk jumps in because he is the cousin of Dylan, and he pulls Aro off of her, and it starts off this whole night of shenanigans where he's chasing off after her because she's breaking into people's homes and stealing things, and that's where your story picks up, and you are in for a wild ride. So this book, obviously your tropes are going to be good boy, bad girl, which I love if it's done really, really right. Hawk is a virgin in this book, and sometimes those plot lines make me nervous because I feel like you have to do it right. And Penelope did it right. Hawk, you hurt for him in his point of view chapters. You really hurt for him because he has an ex-girlfriend who they recently broke up, and you find out that girls were not nice to him in high school because all they wanted to do was sleep with him. And his whole mentality is he wants to sleep with someone that he's in love with. He doesn't want to be used as a piece of meat. And so when he started turning down all these girls, he got really bad reputations, and rumors spread about him in high school, and they were just really, really mean and nasty. And I hurt for him. And I also hurt for Aro too in the process because, like I said, she is in a gang, and she's in a gang because she feels like she has no choice. She has a younger brother and sister that she's constantly going over to the house to check on them because she was removed from the home years ago due to an incident with a abusive stepfather. And so she's always checking on those kids and making sure they're okay. And what happens in this book is, after that night of Hawk chasing Aro around town when they first meet, something happens and they both have to go into hiding together. So there's a lot of forced proximity, and Aro is just constantly struggling with hiding out with Hawk while also trying to worry about her brother and sister. And then of course with Hawk being, you know, the good boy that he is, obviously he's gonna help her and everything like that. Now I also want to say what I loved about Aro is she gave me very much Banks mixed with Emery vibes. Those two girls are from the Devil's Night series, which is my favorite series of all time. You know, Banks was like this tough girl, wrong side of the tracks. I'm gonna beat the ever living crap out of you if you piss me off. And Emery was really, really smart and came from a horrible, broken family. And Aro was like mixed in all those things because she's the same age as Hawk, but she did not finish her senior year of high school. She had to drop out because of her situation at home and everything. But she's really smart and she wants to be an astronomer. And so Hawk is like encouraging her throughout the book to, you know, think about going back to school and finishing her education and getting a degree in something that she really loves, that she can be more than what she's been molded for. All right, and then some of my favorite things from this book, like I said, there are some Devil's Night vibes in here. So obviously this is the world of Shelburne Falls from Penelope's first series ever, but you can tell how much Penelope's writing has changed and improved, and I love that there's a whole mystery in here, and there is. Like, there's a mystery that is set up that is going to follow the rest of these books of something that happened in the town decades ago, and the way that the teaser for Pirate Girls, the next book, is set up, I need that book like ASAP. And another thing, also if you follow my channel, you'll know that one of my favorite books of all time from this year is Credence. And if you loved Credence, you get some Noah Vanderberg sprinkled throughout here. Oh my gosh, I was obsessed. It's mentioned in Credence at the end that Noah signs with JT Racing. Well, JT is Jared Trent. He started his own racing company. So Noah is in this book for a little bit. You get a few cameos, and there was one line that Tate said where I absolutely flipped my shit. I almost threw the book across the room because I was just so excited. And it was something about like, oh man, does that man know how to swing an axe or something like that. And you guys know I love the mountain man trope. I loved Credence. Ugh, I just loved all of it. All right, so obviously I rated this a 5 out of 5. I was purely entertained, so that's how my ratings go. If it's a 5 out of 5, it's because I thoroughly enjoyed this. It was a fun ride. Like I said, you get your world of Shelburne Falls, you've got some Noah Vanderberg sprinkled in there, and you have the Devil's Night vibes of that plot that just keeps you gripped. And I am so excited to see what more Penelope brings us from this series. All right, if you made it this far, drop down below your favorite Penelope Douglas book ever. Like I said, my favorite series is The Devil's Night. Punk 57 is probably my favorite standalone. No, it's definitely Credence. Yeah, those mountain men just really did something to me. Anyway, all right, I will see you guys next time. Bye!